Hey guys, Mitchell Gonzales, the bearded realtor here. Have you been thinking about making a move to Denver, but maybe you have some unanswered questions about the area? Well, you're in luck. Today, I'm going to talk about the 15 things that you must know before you move to Denver, Colorado. So, let's hang out. Hey guys, Mitchell Gonzales, the bearded realtor here. If you've seen my videos before in the past, welcome back. If this is your first time checking out one of my videos, make sure you click the subscribe button below so that way you can see my videos. I post a new video every week all about living in Denver. Along with that, I am also a licensed real estate agent in the state. So as much as I love doing these videos, I love helping people find their dream homes even more. With that being said, another week, another Broncos loss. But luckily they did score some touchdowns this week. Russ Wilson actually threw a couple touchdowns, 3 to be exact, which is a new season high for him, before he knocked himself out. So that was exciting. And Coach Prime has recruited us a 4- and a 5-star recruit. And the Avalanche won thanks to Mikko Rantanen's heroics in overtime, where he scored the game-winning goal and completed the hat trick against our rivals, the Blues. So with that being said, let's get started on the video here. To tell you guys a little bit about myself, if you don't already know, I was born and raised in the Denver area, so I've lived here my whole life, so know a good amount about the area, different things that might separate us from different cities and everything. So what I'm going to talk to you guys about today is the 15 things that I feel everyone should know about the Denver area before making a move out here. So let's get started on the 15 things that you must know about Denver before making a move out here. All right, so the 15 things that you need to know before moving out to Denver, Colorado, or the Denver metro area. The first one I'm going to start off with is probably one of the ones that our state is most proud of. If you've ever been on a college tour, if you've ever done a job interview out here, if you've ever done any sort of touristy thing out here, you probably know that we have 300 days of sunshine a year. With that being said, we do still get 50 inches of snow every year. So it's not like it's always sunny and warm. It does still get cold here, but 300 days of sunshine. So it is pretty consistently sunny. You have to gear up on sunscreen if you get easily burned. So that's really nice because I think one of the reasons why people move out here is because of the spectacular views, the flat irons and all of that. So having that 300 days makes it so that way you can really appreciate the nature and everything. So I think the 300 days of sunshine is the first thing that you got to know. We get 300 days every year. Number 2, we are called the Mile High City. And that's not only because we were the first state to legalize marijuana. It's because we are located 5,280 feet above sea level. So what that means is it's not just like a cool stat. It does mean that there is a lot less oxygen. So when you're walking around, when you're exercising, you're definitely going to notice that. You might have shortness of breath. You might get tired a little quicker. Our sports teams are always pointing that out at the end of games to the opposing teams that you might be experiencing shortness of breath. So it's because of our high altitude. If you enjoy your adult beverages, then this is definitely going to come into play, especially if you are used to drinking at sea level. You're probably going to get drunk a little faster. You'll be a cheaper drunk. So maybe might take 2-3 less drinks to get to the normal level that you're trying to get at. But yeah, the less oxygen definitely plays a big effect. It's funny, when I go to sea level, I have trouble breathing just because I feel like the air is like too thick up there. So number 3, you guys have probably heard me talk about this. We live and breathe Broncos football, especially once fall rolls around. We have 3 Super Bowl wins, so don't at me if you support a team that has more. 3 still pretty good. They've been exciting. I've been alive for all of them, so some of you guys are big fans of teams that haven't won Super Bowls in like 30 years. If you didn't see the team win it, then it doesn't count. We've got 3 of them. Obviously, we haven't been super great the last couple of years, but we're always optimistic in the preseason and the beginning of the year. Unfortunately, the last 5 or 6 years, the disappointment has set in around October, November. So number 3, Broncos are number 1. So item number 4, brings me to the other sports teams is we still are very proud of all of our other franchises. And a lot of them have been better than the Broncos recently, but Broncos still top them. So as you guys know, Avs won the Stanley Cup last year. Nuggets, we've got back-to-back MVP, Jokic. So a lot of fun watching him play. The Rockies, they're probably never going to win the World Series while I'm alive, but it's tough to beat a Rockies game on a summer night. So if you ever visit us during the summer, spring, fall, and the Rockies are playing, great atmosphere, great vibes at Coors Field. So definitely worth checking out a Rockies game. So they might not win, but you're going to have a lot of fun. So item number 5 is we are definitely one of the fastest growing cities in the nation right now. So we've actually seen a little over 19% growth over the last 10 years. So this has created a lot of new builds in the area. So yeah, houses are popping up left and right. If you're looking at buying, there's probably a lot of new build options that we can talk about. Along with that, it's obviously caused the prices of housing to go up as well. The prices of rentals going up. It's just supply and demand. You have more people moving in. Prices of everything are going to go up. So item number 6, we are one of the areas that actually experiences all 4 seasons, that we truly experience them, and it's almost right on the money. When summertime rolls around, it feels like it's 100 degrees. Wintertime rolls around, feels like we get a foot of snow. But even though we do get all 4 seasons, be warned, our weather cannot make up its mind. So our weather is probably as unpredictable as it sounds. I think being a weatherman or weatherwoman in Denver is probably one of the safer jobs because no one's ever really expecting you to be right because they know the weather can change. So we could literally get a foot of snow one night, have it be 60 degrees the next day, and it's all melted by 5 o'clock. Like, it's the craziest thing. It'll go from 80 degrees to, 30 degrees and just these crazy winds. So one thing we don't get is a ton of rain, but the weather is constantly changing. So if you're the type that needs the consistent, predictable weather, Denver is probably not for you, because that is one thing that we'll never have is consistent and predictable weather. So number 7, and I think this is big for a lot of people, is the skiing and snowboarding. So I know a ton of people move out here just because of how great the skiing and snowboarding is. I personally am not talented enough to do either, but I definitely enjoy going up to the mountains. So we have about 12 ski resorts that are within 2 hours of the Denver area. We've got Breckenridge, Vail, Beaver Creek, Copper, Keystone, Winter Park. The list goes on and on. Those are just within 2 hours. Now, be warned, if you drive during a peak time, the traffic can be absolutely insane. It could take you 4 or 5 hours easy to get back from Breckenridge, which would normally be an hour-and-a-half drive. So along with that, we also do host the X Games every year. So if you're an extreme sports fan, being able to go up to the X Games would be a lot of fun. So along with that, number 8 is we are home to what I biasly believe to be the greatest concert venue in the world, Red Rocks Amphitheater. So if you haven't been to a concert in Red Rocks, you've got to go. It's absolutely unbelievable. It's right on the Flatirons. It's just got these beautiful Red Rocks Flatirons going up. It's all natural rock seating. The acoustics are amazing in there. Concerts are unbelievable. It's just a great vibe up there. You can go there, you can tailgate, play cornhole, have some fun, listen to music before the concert. It's almost like going to a sporting event, but going to a concert. Then you go there and you can enjoy some music. They also do a lot of movies over at Red Rocks, and workouts there are very popular. I'm personally not crazy enough to go work out Red Rocks because I hardly work out anyway. So working out Red Rocks just sounds brutal. So number 9, we have over 100 craft breweries in the Denver metro area. So I know of people that have literally moved out to Denver just because of our amazing selection of craft breweries. So if you enjoy different types of beers, then you're definitely going to have an endless supply of different breweries to choose from. My favorite is Four Noses, which is actually in Broomfield, which is pretty close to Denver. I think they've got a great revolving door of different beers and everything. So if you come out here, definitely take some brewery tours, go enjoy all the different breweries that we have. So number 10, I think our cuisine is drastically underrated. I think we've got some of the best restaurants in the nation. Once again, I am biased, so I'm sure there are cities that have better, but I think some of the things that we're really known for is our beef. So I think we've got just some amazing steakhouses. One of the oldest ones is called Buckhorn Exchange. So if you don't know, that's the first restaurant in Denver, still open. And they do more of like the big game type of things where you can go have your elk, duck, things like that. Rocky Mountain oysters, different than regular oysters. If you don't know what they are, go ahead and Google it. Those are really big there. So Garden Grace is my first personal favorite steakhouse. So it's one of the newer ones in the area, but it's won 5280 Magazine's top steakhouse like 5 times. So they've got great selection of steaks. You've got Del Frisco's, you've got Elway's and Shanahan's, which are both owned by Broncos legends. So they're going to be good. Along with that, I think we've got some of the best burgers in the nation. So my brother's bar, that's one of my favorite burger places. They also have a great bison burger there. And Cherry Cricket's nationally known as being one of the best burger places in the nation. They have like 30 or 40 different toppings you can put on your burger, so it's totally customizable, and their burgers are absolutely awesome. There's also a great selection of seafood. So you've got your Ocean Prime, your Sushi Den, also known as Isakawa Sushi now, also Sushi Sasa. So a lot of great sushi places, a lot of great seafood places, steak places. You're not going to run out of awesome restaurants. So number 11 thing that you need to know before moving is that pretty much like any place in the nation, the cost of living here has been increasing pretty consistently recently, but I feel like our cost of living is still pretty reasonable compared to some areas, but it has been rising. So if you came to Denver 10 years ago, just know that the costs have risen since then, much like they have pretty much all over the nation. Number 12, in the Denver area, it's really important if you're moving here to choose your neighborhood wisely. There's a lot of different types of neighborhoods here. Like if you were to move right in the middle of downtown, you're not going to be able to find a single family home. You're probably going to be looking at a condo that could be very expensive, or an older condo. If you're looking at the suburbs or maybe just like the Highlands, Berkeley, Wash Park area, those are going to be a little bit different than being downtown but still close. Whereas you still have the city vibe. You still have some parks and a lot of great restaurants in the area. Then you go a little farther out and you're going to have your suburbs where you're going to have the true neighborhood vibe. Those are going to be more family oriented, a lot more selections of schools over there. So there's a lot of different areas. So it's like you might think that you want to live in Denver, but there's just so many variables. So make sure that, if you have any questions about different areas in the Denver area, contact your local real estate expert, and he can kind of help you find the right area for you. Number 13 is, this is an area that I think we were really behind in for a while, but they've been going leaps and bounds trying to improve it. And that is our public transit has really been growing the last 10 years. So for a while, it's like if you didn't have a car, it was going to be tough for you to get around. But they've since implemented the light rail station, which connects all of the suburbs around Denver to downtown Denver, brings you to Union Station, and then makes it really easy to get around downtown. It also connects straight to DIA, so if you get here from DIA, you can jump on the light rail, get to Union Station, and get almost anywhere from there. So right now, about 7% of people commute via public transportation, which is higher than it was. So they are doing a lot of things to try and consistently improve our public transit system out here, which is really great. Number 14, this one might sound a little bit weird, but it is important for people to know. Yes, marijuana is legal here, and yes, it is very normal. So if you're the type that you're coming from a city or a state where maybe not a whole lot of people smoke marijuana or use marijuana, then just know it is very normal here. It's like drinking beer, if you ask me, whereas you might be out and about and you're gonna smell marijuana and it's normal. So it's okay here. So it's definitely a transition for people. but it's something that I like to let people know. It's not a huge deal. So the last thing is, I think there's just a ton of different job opportunities out here, which is what probably brings a majority of people out here is relocating for work. And I think one of the big reasons behind that is that Colorado is starting to turn into somewhat of a tech hub. Google just opened a location in Boulder, which has brought a lot of people out. Amazon's been opening a lot of warehouses, which is obviously creating a lot of job opportunity. Along with that, it seems like when the pandemic happened in 2020, remote work became more and more popular. And so once people start working remotely, they realize they can really live wherever they want. And with our population consistently rising, people liking the outdoor lifestyle, liking skiing, snowboarding, enjoying our incredible sports teams, obviously, that has brought a lot of people out here. Along with that, with our cost of living still being pretty reasonable, like if you're coming from California or New York, you're going to be able to get a way bigger house out here. Everything's going to be cheaper. So the potential of being able to work remotely and be able to save money on a cost of living standpoint is obviously appealing to people as well. So those are the 15 things that I feel people really need to know before making a move out to Denver, Colorado, or the Denver and the surrounding areas. All right, you guys, thanks for checking out this video. If you haven't had a chance already to subscribe to my page, make sure you click the subscribe button. Like I said, I am posting weekly videos about exactly what it's like to live in the Denver area. Along with that, if you have any questions about the real estate market, maybe you're looking to buy a home, call, email me. I'm available 24/7 to help with all your real estate needs, help find the right home for you. With that being said, definitely appreciate you checking out my video. Hopefully you learned something new about the Denver area and what it's like to live out here through this video. Maybe it helped you make a decision on if Denver is right for you. If you have any other questions about Denver, definitely feel free to reach out to me. So that being said, the Bearded Realtor signing out.